Hello, it's Daz. This week's discussion is on when the jesters go silent. Throughout history, societies have always had jesters, satirists, or comedians, people who could say what others couldn't, often through humor. But what happens when the jesters go silent? In sociology, jesters and comedians were seen as safety valves. By poking fun at leaders, institutions, or even ordinary life, they release pressures in society. Laughter makes truth less threatening. That's why even kings kept jesters close. They were a way to hear criticism without revolt. From a psychological lens, humor is a coping mechanism. It helps us process stress, conflict, and uncomfortable truths. When we laugh at something painful or absurd, we're actually making it manageable. But if satire gets muffled, if comedians are taken off air or discouraged from tackling certain topics, their outlet disappears. Modern example. Take Jimmy Kimmel being taken off air. It's not just about one person or one show. It represents something larger. When satire is reduced, society loses one of its mirrors. Comedy is often the only space where power can be questioned in ways that feel human, relatable, and safe. So, when the jesters go silent and the pressure doesn't vanish, it builds. Without satire, frustration either goes underground or erupts in less healthy ways. A society that silences its comedians risks silencing its own laughter, and one of its deepest ways of processing truth. And that's why the role of comedians, from the medieval jesters to the modern talk show host, isn't just entertainment, it's part of the social fabric. What we're seeing in America right now, where you could lose your job if you speak ill of a certain individual and they're passing, and again, I'm not a fan of celebrating death at all, because I think that what comes around goes around, and we should never take joy in someone else's downfall or pain, no matter if that person was decent or not. Even regular everyday people who made posts, which by now you should know that whatever you post online, even if you think your account is private, even if you think you're making it privately to yourself, the FBI was given permission by our president to go and look at people's social media posts and let their employer know, and then your employer can decide if they want to let you go or not. And it's crazy because we're already in a terrible recession and layoffs are occurring, but that doesn't matter. They'll be happy to let people go. After all, we're automating jobs anyways. And then on top of it all, DOJ study that was published saying that a lot of these alleged shootings that have happened have come from one side, and they immediately deleted it because it didn't fit their narrative. Now, for me, I'm not on either political side of the aisle. I think that both are two wings of the same bird, but there is a push to really get us to a point of control. Last week I mentioned when America loses its internal locus of control and it shifts to an external locus of control, meaning that government or other factors are running the show. And that's what we're slowly seeing happen. Whether you like someone like Jimmy Kimmel or Stephen Colbert or even some of these media outlets, whether you think that they were fake news or not, the fact that they're censoring your everyday Joe that you may or may not agree with to people in these positions, it's a push to get the American people scared of being able to say certain things and speak certain things. A lot of my videos on YouTube have been taken down from over the last 11 years that I've been on it because I mentioned certain key or buzzwords. So even when I talk to you today, I have to be very careful on how I speak about different issues, whose name I say, because it could be flagged as some kind of hate speech, even if there's nothing hateful coming out of my mouth. And that's the world we live in today. And yet we pride ourselves being a first world country, but yet the drinking water and tap water isn't even safe to drink for most of us. And we have poor infrastructure and things aren't getting better for our economy. More people are struggling than ever. And if you ask me, how do we differ much from what we say about Korea, China, or Russia with censorship? Because that's the way it's going. It's massive censorship. But just know, as I pointed out as a riddle, when the jesters go silent, that is a warning sign. I hope you enjoyed today's message. Remember to continue to have discernment, stay prayed up. I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your week and weekend. Take care. God bless. Until next time.